difficulties. What's up? Today is Monday, November 26th, doing a quick vlog day. Today is the day before Giving Tuesday. And as you may or may not know, I run a nonprofit here in Baltimore called CityFam. And, you know, Giving Tuesday is a big day for nonprofits. So we're just trying to get the word out about our campaign. I'm going to talk a little bit about that. I also want to talk about Thanksgiving Eve, our service project that we just did at the convention center. And I want to talk about Path to Purpose, which is coming up this Sunday. I've been saying Saturday. It's actually going to be this Sunday. And I want to talk about the Houston chapter, our soon-to-be Houston chapter lead that came into Baltimore to visit this week. She spent like a week here. She just left out this morning, so I want to tell you all about that. So I'm going to just dive right in. So again, today's Monday, November 26th. It is the day before Giving Tuesday. I'm very excited. We set a $10,000 goal, which is way bigger than any goal we've ever set for ourselves. Just trying to raise money really for CityFam to continue what we're already doing. I want to show a video. If you're watching on YouTube, you're not going to see this right now if you're watching live, but I'm going to edit in a video that we made of some of our members that say why they gave to CityFam right now.
I gave because
we believe in the vision.
I give because CityFam gives back in ways that money cannot afford.
We have seen lives change right before our eyes, where people come in looking for acceptance and community.
I believe in what they're doing. I believe in their hearts. I believe in their intentions.
I believe in helping people reach their goals, and I'm committed to reaching my fulfillment without regrets.
I love to help those who are trying to help themselves.
Seeing firsthand people come into the organization, serve their community, and become better versions of themselves.
What CityFam has done for me over the 4 years is it's given me a healthy community.
They saved me from a dark period in my life.
Lives have been impacted in a positive way, but now I've actually met a lot of those people who just feel better about themselves by being in a community of other like-minded people.
And with CityFam, it's a place about complete acceptance. If you're wealthy or if you're struggling financially, it doesn't matter if you've been divorced or if you're single and you've never been married.
You're investing into the community.
Being connected to like-minded people, like-minded hearts, a like-minded vision and dream really does do a lot for the heart.
We need community as human beings.
CityFam is my family.
They do a lot of volunteer work and they make me feel special.
I'm blessed to be able to give. I like giving to an organization that is being responsible with the money.
I want to see CityFam expand to New York and all over the world.
Sam believes that we need healthy community.
I want to make a case for why you should support CityFam, and then I'm going to tell you how to do it. First off, why? Why CityFam? So I said in the video this morning, nobody does more than us with less. And I really stand by that claim. I know how much we do and I know how little we get. If anybody's curious to see if I'm telling the truth, go on the CityFam website, look under financials. At the bottom, you can see our tax records for last year and the year before, and you can see that we don't make a lot of money. We don't have any outside funding. Everything that we've done has been through donations, through our members, sponsorships, working at the Ravens games, working at the Orioles games, hustling, working our asses off, scratching and scraping, and doing everything that we can. For those of you that don't know, I'm a volunteer. I don't get paid. I'm committed to never getting paid through CityFam. It's my passion. I love it. I don't want to take anything from it. I only want to give to it, like so many other people are doing. So, you know, we just in the last 2 weeks, CityFam had our service project here in Baltimore on Thanksgiving Eve. On Thanksgiving Day, we had a service project in Harford County. We fed a bunch of people up there, Thanksgiving dinner. We had our New York City blessing bags event this past weekend. We made 100 blessing bags that were given out to the homeless all over New York City. Houston had a service project. Houston, Texas had a service project where they went to an animal shelter about 2 weeks ago. So just in the last 2 weeks, you know, all this volunteerism, all these people, you know, serving the less fortunate through CityFam. We literally lit a spark here in Baltimore that's now started a brush fire that's spreading to other cities. So just in those cities, I know Newark, Delaware is already meeting, and you know, they're going to be doing a service project soon, but we've already had inquiries from people all around the world, you know, all across the United States. I suspect that we'll probably launch somewhere around 20 new chapters in January of 2019. So we're doing a lot. Like, we do a lot with a little. So if you're looking for a nonprofit to support, to get behind, that knows how to stretch a dollar, like, this is it. You know, I don't know that anybody does more with us, more than us with less. So that's, I can make a strong case for why to support CityFam. Now, how to actually go about supporting us today or tomorrow, there's a few ways. One is, you may have noticed some people are starting to change their profile pictures on Facebook. So we were actually able, so you can see now we're starting to up our game because we are getting some resources come in. So now we're able to, you know, do some cooler stuff. So if you look on the platform on Facebook, you can actually change your profile picture frame to CityFam. You know, it has the skyline, it has CityFam, it has hashtag Giving Tuesday above it. So that is definitely one way to support us in this during Giving Tuesdays. Even if you don't, you know, you don't have anything to give and you just want to kind of change your profile frame, that's awesome. It still gets our name out there, and maybe somebody will see it and wonder, you know, what CityFam is and look us up. So that's one way to support. The other way to support is you can start your own fundraiser. There's a link. I don't know if I posted it here, but if I didn't, I will post it in the comment section below. But you can actually create your own fundraiser on Facebook for CityFam. And, you know, I love that option because everyone watching this knows people that we don't know. You know people that I don't know. And, you know, even if you raise $10, you know, $20, whatever it is, we know how to stretch a dollar, and all the help is really appreciated. So if you wanted to create a fundraiser on our behalf, we would be very grateful for that. The third way you could support us would be to pledge, match donations. So basically, if you're a baller, maybe you got it like that, or maybe you got a business and you would say, hey, look, I'll give you X amount. For every dollar that comes in over the next 24 hours or 36 hours or whatever, I'll match it dollar for dollar. Someone did that for us last year. An organization that was actually a church did that for us last year. They gave us $2,500. We were actually able to get $5,000 more because of that $2,500. So if you wanted to do that, that's one way to support us. You can comment or you can DM me and I'll get more information on for you on how to do that. And then the last way would be to make a one-time or a recurring donation to CityFam, and you can just go to our website and do that. So it's cityfam.com/give. It's tax deductible. We are a nonprofit. We're a 501c3, ran mostly by volunteers. Like, so most of the money goes to good things. Like, we have one. We don't even have any employees, to be honest. We have one. You know, Ginny works 4 days a week, so she's the closest thing we have to an employee, and she works for peanuts because she, you know, she believes in the cause. So we're getting there, and we are really grateful for everyone that supported us this far, but we want to do more, and we are doing more, and we're gonna, you know, do a lot more. So in the very near future, you're gonna keep seeing more and more. And I've been saying this, I was like, now we got some money, now you're gonna see how much more we're doing. So now it's service projects in all these different cities that are starting up, and soon it's gonna be in a lot more cities. Starting in January 2019. So, okay, I guess I'll get off of that. Let's move on. Next to talk about is Thanksgiving Eve. So last Wednesday we had a big service project at the Baltimore Convention Center. We partnered with the Goodwill, and it was awesome. We had dozens of volunteers show up for the day, and we fed somewhere around 3,000 people Thanksgiving dinner. And if you're watching again on YouTube, I'm going to edit in video of that day right now.
Today we are serving in the city of Baltimore. We are serving Thanksgiving dinner to 3,000 people here and 300 volunteers.
Well, this is our Goodwill Thanksgiving dinner. We have thousands of people you all know that come from all across the city.
How are we helping them? Food and water. So why do you guys do this every year?
Well, this is our 63rd year, so it's really a tradition. And we feed all these people, but we also have a resource fair outside.
So this is kind of like gets them here where they can kind of feed them to get them connected to the resources that'll really help them long term.
Absolutely.
Let me just say thank you to CityFam. You're among the hundreds and hundreds of volunteers that are here today.
So what brought y'all out today?
Thanksgiving. It's just fellowship with people and get a free lunch.
How'd you hear about it?
My cousin gave me 50 tickets, and so I went out in the streets and passed them out.
And as you can see from the outcome, it is so outrageous. But it's a much needed situation, as you can literally see.
It's a big turnout, it always is.
It is my first service event with City Fam, and it is amazing. It is a lot of fun, and it's a great time.
This is my favorite holiday.
Yeah, mine too.
Thanksgiving is just about family and food and friends, and just thanking God for all His blessings.
In the day-to-day bustle and grind, we have so much, and that is what Thanksgiving is all about, is giving back to those who may not have all the things that we have.
It just makes me happy that I can be involved in something that makes somebody's day so much better.
Getting to meet a lot of people, getting to meet a lot of different volunteers.
This is our goodwill. Thank you to all of our sponsors as well. So again, let me just say thank you. Please keep up the work. We can use all the volunteerism that we can get in Baltimore.
If you're sitting on your sofa, if you're not doing anything, if you're online looking, get off the computer, get with City Fam, and start getting to work.
So it was the second year that we've done this, and it was awesome just being out there with the people and talking to them. Got a really good chance to talk to the mayor, Catherine Pugh, and she said some nice things about City Fam, which is going to be, again, in the YouTube video. And also Councilman Leon Pinkett, who's a big fan of ours, has said some very kind things about us. And the word's getting out, it is. And it's gratifying to be recognized by people in power. Really, the only reason I honestly really care is because I'm trying to attract resources for the organization. So if they're seeing that what we're doing and they're putting value on it, then at some point we're going to be able to get more resources so that we can hire people, because there's a lot of shit that I'm not good at. Like there's a lot of things in this organization that I am not wired to do, that I'm not good at, that maybe Jenny's not good at, and we're trying to operate with volunteers, which is hard to do now. Now we're multi-city, and we're trying to operate with a headquarters of volunteers, which is extremely difficult because volunteers have full-time jobs. So we need to get resources in order to do what we have in mind to do. But it's good. It was really good. It was very nice to hear them say those things about us, and hopefully at some point, maybe the city will give, maybe we'll get somebody that really recognizes what we're doing. And really what we're doing is we're weaving a social infrastructure. It was a term I learned about a couple months ago, but if you look it up, it's just basically raises the quality of life for the inhabitants of a community or of a city. Sometimes people compare libraries or schools to a social infrastructure, but if you read up on social infrastructure, that is really what we're doing. And we see the positive changes in the lives of the people that are involved in the organization all the time, and really don't think there's anyone out there like us that's doing exactly what we're doing. So it's just a matter of really just continuing to get the word out and continuing to be able to put gas in the tank to get to the next milestone. And once home opens, which it will open at some point, hopefully early next year, we'll see. I'm waiting for a few things, still kind of waiting for the stars to align on some level. But then I don't have to do these videos and I don't have to fundraise anymore, because home is going to fund City Fam. The sales of the coffee and the food and the beer and the wine and the kava and everything else is going to fund City Fam, and we can stop begging. But that'll be hopefully soon. So yeah, so Thanksgiving Eve was awesome. We're working on our December service project, which is probably going to be blessing bags. It looks like we were waiting to see if we could get a team lead, and I think we just got one, somebody to take the lead, and that is awesome. We literally put together hundreds of bags with toiletries, socks, basically anything that a person would need that's living on the streets, just to make their life a little bit more comfortable. And then we give them back to the volunteers to give out over the holiday season. So it's really gratifying for the volunteers to be able to do that, because when somebody comes up and knock on your window. Like personally, I hate giving out money, you know, like I hate giving, I do it occasionally, but I don't like it because I just, you know, like I don't want to enable people. So to give them something like this, tangible, is just a much better option. So be on the lookout for more information about blessing bags, which will be coming up soon. So I want to talk a little bit about Path to Purpose. So for those of you that don't know, Path to Purpose is this Sunday afternoon, 3 hours at the City Fam offices, and it's kind of an onboarding ramp to the Dream Team leadership within City Fam. And if you're watching on YouTube, I'm going to edit in a video right now.
Hi, my name is Jenny Quinn, and I'm the Director of Operations for City Fam. As we continue to expand and grow, we have so many open positions that are just right for you if you want to become more active with our organization. This Sunday, we're holding our quarterly training event called Path to Purpose 1.0. It's this Sunday, December 2nd, from 1 to 4 at the City Fam office. In that event, you'll find out what your passions are, what your skills are, and how you can use your talents to best serve the organization.
So, Path to Purpose is, it's like I said, onboarding the leadership. People come around, they're really feeling what we're doing, they want to be part of it. This is a way for people to get involved. Every one of you watching has unique gifts and talents that no one else has. You're passionate about things that other people aren't passionate about. You have life experiences that other people don't. And what we want to do is we want to take all those things and we want to match them to needs in the organization. And the needs in the organization are really about other people's needs, because that's what this organization is all about. It's about helping other people. And when you get involved and you start using those gifts and those passions to make a difference in the lives of others, your life will take on new meaning and your life will change in positive ways. So we want to connect people with that. We want to help you figure out what those things are and then connect you with a position within the organization where you can start using those. So that's what Path to Purpose is all about. It's this Saturday, December 2nd, I think it is, and I'll post a link you know, in the comment section or in my description, depending on where you're watching this. And if you're free Sunday, if you're not free Sunday, cancel your plans, come out, because it is life-changing, you know, and I'm not even exaggerating. It's life-changing. I did this through a church. I recognize that some people aren't religious and they're not being given opportunities to give back. So that's what we want to do, you know, and even if you are religious, you know, plug in with us, because sometimes the church doesn't even give you opportunities to give back. So we want to do that for you. We're obviously doing a lot of good things in the community, and we want to do more. And it takes more people, more skill sets, more you know, people with different passions. And anyway, so moving on. Last but not least is our Houston chapter lead, Iona Chowdhury, came into Baltimore on Tuesday of last week. So they've already met 7 or 8 weeks they've met now in Houston. They've already had their first social event. They had their first service event, and they're off and running. And I want to, if you're watching on YouTube, there's going to be a lot of editing today. If you're watching on YouTube, I'm going to edit in an interview I did with her about 2 days ago, right now. Hey guys, what's up? It's Rob. This is Iona. How do you pronounce your last name?
Chowdhury.
Chowdhury. And she is from Houston, Texas. She is our soon-to-be Houston chapter lead for City Fam, and she's here in Baltimore spending, what, a week almost?
Yeah, almost a week.
Almost a week with us. She came in on Tuesday and got to attend our service event on Thanksgiving Eve, and had a Friendsgiving with us last night. We all went to see a movie, Creed 2. Highly recommend it.
That was good.
So she's here through the weekend and flies out on Monday, but just wanted to do a quick interview so you could learn more about her and see, you know, I just wanted to kind of ask you a few questions, like what attracted you to City Fam?
Okay, so actually for City Fam, you know, the video, the 10 reasons, showed up in my feed on YouTube, and so I clicked on it because for me, and so I reached out to City Fam. I said this would be great for Houston. I said Houston already, they love community. They love doing community things together. People love to serve. Also with the vision of home, people love coffee shops and they love bars. And so it's a perfect concept for Houston. And so I contacted City Fam and I said we want to start a chapter in Houston.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So you've had how many events? You've had what, 7 weeks that you guys have been meeting? You did a social event, you did the service event. Tell us a little bit about those.
Yeah, we did we did our 4 weeks. We did the 8 weeks experience. So we did the 4 weeks, then we did our 5th week. We did our social event, and it was at a beer garden, and it was a lot of fun. We met 5 new people that night.
Right. And then the service event was what?
And so then we had another video meeting, you know, and discussion. And the discussions are great. The videos are great. And the discussions, like, it just takes on a whole new level. Like, people just come together, and it's a safe place. Like, for us, we meet in the conference room in my apartment complex, which has been just a safe place for everybody. When they come into the conference room, they feel safe. It's a safe place. They can talk about whatever. They can lay it out. It doesn't go no farther than it stays in the conference room, you know? And so, and it's a beautiful thing. It's a safe place for people to come and connect. And then you learn about each other's stories, too. And so you're connecting with people that you've never met or you just met, and then those people become like family to you. And it's going to continue on, and as we continue to connect as a community, it's so important. There's many of you that may be watching and you're like, I always wanted to be in a community. That people long for community, but they don't know how to get connected. Through a City Fam chapter is a great way to get involved in a community. You start off with your social events. You know, you have your social events, and then the funds raised from those you pour into a local charity, and then you set up a service event and go and serve. And how fulfilling is that, where you can go and give of your time? And a lot of you say, well, hey, I always wanted to go and serve. I always wanted to give up my time, but I just never knew how to do it. And so because I came out of the strip club industry, you know, that was part of my testimony. You know, I have a really long testimony, but part of it was I came out of that industry. And it's like the people that I hung out with, I mean, it was like partiers, and, you know, and so we would drink just like crazy stuff, you know. And even in that, like, people that like those atmospheres of just, let's go get hammered every night, you know, what it is really that you like about it, it's not so much the feeling of getting hammered, you know, getting high on the alcohol or drugs or whatever it is. It's the social interaction that you have. Because for me, when I was out there in the strip clubs and stuff, you're making a lot of money, yeah. But two, the other side of it wasn't so much the money, because the money wasn't fulfilling for me. What was fulfilling for me was the friendships and the relationships. So like afterward, we'd get hammered in the club, but then after that, we'd go to the after party after the club. Yeah. You know, and it'd be a round of drinks. Hey, you know, and I would spend the money. Hey, I like to buy the drinks. You know, let's come on. You know, because I'm a giver. I like to give. You know, because why? As human beings, we're designed to give. We want to give. We want to give of our time. We want to give of our substance. You know, and it's fun. Yeah. You know, and that's life. That's doing life together. If I see my brother is in need of something and I have the means to meet it, I should meet it. Otherwise, like, that's kind of evil, right? Like, that's kind of wicked. Like, not to give somebody something if I have it to give. Right? Because after all, what am I holding on to it for anyways? You know? So anyways.
I love what you said, though, because it's like, it really was that for me, you know. It was the community, you know, as messed up and as dysfunctional as it was when I was, you know, promoting and whatever. I had these, you know, great friends, which, you know, I learned later that maybe I didn't have as many friends as I thought I had. I just had a lot of people I partied with, but I had the feeling of community, you know, where I just had people that I was always, you know, something to do, people to do it with. And but it, you know, at City Fam, we kind of just tried to keep that, but remove all the negative out of it, because there's really nothing wrong with that. Like you're saying, like, you were a giver, you just chose to buy everybody shots, but like you wanted to hang out and do life with people, but you know, like, maybe some of it was a little destructive because you're at an after hours club and, you know, you're sleeping until noon, so you're not able to pursue these goals that you really want. So it's like at City Fam, we've just kind of removed all the negative from it, and, you know, kept the, you know, what do they say, eat the meat and leave the bones or something?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so we kept the meat and we're leaving the bones out. But that's really, that's the heart of what we're doing. And I can't wait to come to Home in Houston for the grand opening.
Home is going to be perfect in Houston because, like I said, people love coffee shops. There's a lot of cute little trendy coffee shops. And then people love bars too. But think about it, Home is a more healthier setting. You know, whereas people can come, be a really great, healthy place for people to come, connect, you know, and can you imagine, okay, you're coming to Home as a bar setting for people that want to go and have a drink, but they want to have healthy conversations. You know, you're going to meet other individuals that are like-minded that also maybe they can handle, they want to have like one drink or so, and just over conversation with somebody else who is like-minded like them, who wants to give into the community. You know, I mean, it's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, it shouldn't be an either or. Like, if I want to have a drink, I have to go over here where, you know, maybe people aren't making the best decisions, or if I want to, you know, make good decisions, I have to be over here where no one's really having fun, or like, it doesn't have to be an either or. And I think that's kind of what, you know, what we're going to do at home is going to be at both ends. Like, I don't drink either because I act like an idiot when I drink, but a lot of people don't have that problem.
Yeah.
So like, let's not throw out the baby with the bathwater, I always say.
Exactly.
But anyway, that's it. So we'll you'll be hearing more about Houston.
Yeah.
And,
I want to say, I want to say this though. Like, you may be watching and you may be looking for a place to invest. You know, I think it's super important to where you invest your money. You know, where you plant your seeds, you know, is very important. You want to plant it in good ground. And so City Fam is good ground. It has a great vision. You know, go on the website, check them out. You know, come to a service event. You know, come to a social event. Go to a service event. You know, and just really think about it. Where do you want to put your money? What do you want to invest in? Because what you invest in, that's your legacy. That's part of your legacy. Whether it's your volunteering, you know, at a City Fam thing, that is part of your legacy. You're sowing into it. You're being a part of it. Not just financially, but financially, it's going to take finances to get home up and running, you know. And so there's a lot of people that have their own businesses that you could easily write a $10,000 check towards home. You can easily write a $100,000 check towards home. There are millionaires and billionaires out there that are watching, and that you can easily give a large amount to actually cause home to be able to be opened. And so just think about it. You know, if God puts it on your heart, or maybe you don't believe in God and you're just like, hey, I just want to give because I like to give. You know, City Fam, think about it. It's a good one. And we got Giving Tuesday coming up next week. So guys, don't forget about that. This is a great organization to give to.
I'm glad you mentioned that. I'm so bad at even asking for money. I would have totally forgot about it. But yeah, it is good. It's good soil to put seed in. It's definitely going to impact a lot of people's lives. It's already impacting a lot of people's lives, but it's going to impact a lot more people's lives once we get it funded. So if you want to give, we'd love that. If you just want to give your time,
yes.
You know, we become part of the dream team. You know, whether if you're here in Baltimore, if you're in Houston, if you just want to start a chapter possibly in the part of the world that you're responsible for, let us know, because you have gifts and talents inside of you, and when you start using them to make a difference in the lives of others, your life takes on new meaning. So anyway, appreciate you guys. Love you. Thanks.
Bye.
See ya.
God bless you guys.
No, it was awesome. She's amazing. Really love the culture. Just solid, really solid woman, and really excited about, you know, bringing City Fam to Houston. She's excited about opening a home in Houston. She knows everything about us. She's just watched a lot of our videos and loves it. And she sees a void, you know, that's not being filled even in Houston. And I know that there's people like her, like us, everywhere around the country, even around the world. And you know, social media, what I'm doing right now, this is the key to finding them, is continuing to create content, letting them know what we're doing, allowing them to be part of it, showing them how to do it in their part of the world, and bringing massive change, you know, to the world. You know, and that's what we're scratching the surface of right now, just starting. So it's super exciting, obviously, but yeah, I mean, follow me on YouTube if you're not already, only because I'm going to edit in so many clips from our events that you probably want to see, and I'll repost the finished video here on Facebook, on one of my platforms, for everybody to take a look at. But there's a lot going on. God is breathing on us, you know. Like, I just firmly believe, like, when you start doing good, you know what I mean, like really caring about other people's best interest, some people might call it karma or fate or whatever, but like, I just believe that God is like, he's breathing on us right now, because he wants to help people, you know what I mean? And if we're doing that, if we're being his hands and feet, then he's going to help us help more people. So it's pretty cool. It's pretty exciting. I think that's it. So Be Warm Baltimore is this Saturday. If anybody wants to get involved, it's something my church is doing. It's a coat drive that happens every year. You can search it just on Facebook. I will also try to post a link to that as well. Be Warm Baltimore is this Saturday, Epic Church. you can get plugged in and just give out coats to the homeless. I've done it a few years now, and it's really awesome. New Year's Eve is coming up. Shameless plug for Charm City Countdown. If you're wondering what to do for New Year's, it really is the best party in Baltimore. 1,200 people on average at the BWI Hilton. Great food, great drinks. Sirocco's a sponsor. We have silent disco, DJs, live music. It's awesome, and it's all about $100. Anyway, that's it. I'm signing off. Appreciate you guys. I know I talked really fast and I talked a lot today, but I appreciate you guys. Thanks. See ya.